Hello, friends. Welcome back to our English Learning Podcast. This is your space to grow, to speak better English, and to become a more confident person. My name is James, and I am happy to be with you today. Let me tell you something that happened this week. I did something brave. In my class, I had to talk in front of many people. I was very nervous. My hands were shaking. But still, I stood up and talked. And guess what? Everyone listened to me. Not because my English was perfect, but because I believed in what I was saying. That belief made me strong. Yes, friends, that is what today's podcast is all about. Today, we are going to talk about confidence. We will learn how to be confident in real life, not by pretending, but by changing the way we feel inside. Maybe you are learning English, or you want to speak more in your job, or maybe you just want to feel better about yourself. This episode is for you. Now, let's begin. Let's understand how confidence really works, and let's learn how to build it step by step. First, let's talk about a big misunderstanding. Many people think confidence comes from looking good, nice clothes, clear skin, or perfect English. But no, that's not true. Confidence doesn't come from how you look. It comes from what you do. Let me say that again. You don't think your way into confidence. You act your way into it. That means when you do something, even if you feel scared, your confidence starts to grow. I used to believe that only special people were confident, people who were good-looking or outgoing. But later, I met people who looked perfect and still felt bad about themselves. I was like that too. I looked fine on the outside, but inside I was always worried. Everything started changing when I began doing hard things. I applied for jobs that felt scary. I spoke up in class, even when I felt nervous. Slowly, something started to change inside me. I started to believe in myself. Confidence is like a muscle. You have to use it to make it strong. Every time you do something scary, your brain learns, hey, I can do this, even if it's not perfect.
For those of you learning English, here's a small tip. Don't wait till your grammar is perfect. Just speak. You can say, I don't know the word, but I'll try. That is real confidence. And here is something even deeper. When you start doing small things with courage, you build something called self-trust. That means you begin to believe in yourself. You start trusting your own actions. Many people think confidence means you are never scared. But no, even confident people feel fear. The real confidence is when you keep going even if you feel nervous. How do we build self-trust? It happens when we keep small promises to ourselves. Not big ones, just small ones. For example, today I will drink more water, or I will read 5 English words today. When you do these small things, your brain says, I can trust myself.
But if you always say, I'll do it tomorrow, and then don't do it, your brain stops believing in you. That makes confidence weak. I know this because I used to make big goals and never do them. I felt worse every time. So I changed. I started with one small task a day. I completed it. Then another. Slowly, I started trusting myself more. If you were learning English, pick one small daily habit. Maybe say one new phrase every day, or copy one sentence from this podcast and repeat it out loud. Do it for 1 week. You will be surprised at how much better you feel.
Remember, self-trust is the first step to confidence. And when you trust yourself, you don't wait for motivation. You just start doing the work because you believe in you. But there's something else that matters: the people around you.
Even if you trust yourself, it's hard to grow if you're always with people who make you feel small. I remember when I was surrounded by people who always complained, who were scared to try anything new. After some time, I became like them. I stopped dreaming. I started playing small. One time I said, I wanted to start a podcast, and someone laughed and said, "That's not for you." I believed him. But then I met new people, people who were brave, who wanted to grow, who believed in big dreams. They invited me in. They made me feel strong. I started growing with them.
Now, I'm not saying you should leave your old friends, but try to spend more time with people who lift you up, who make you feel good, who are also learning and improving. If you're learning English, join a group or a class with serious learners. Their energy will help you. You'll see that speaking English can feel normal, not scary. When you are around people who believe in you, who cheer for you, you feel braver. You feel like, I can do this too. But there's one more voice that can hurt your confidence the most. Your own voice. If you don't know who you really are, then you believe whatever others say about you. I used to do that. People said I was quiet or not confident. I believed it. But then I started spending time with myself. I started writing in a journal, thinking and asking myself, who am I really? And guess what? I discovered I had ideas. I had opinions. I just never gave myself the space to hear them. If you want to grow, start writing in English. Just a few lines. What did I feel today? What made me happy? This will help your English and also help you know yourself better. Because once you understand yourself, you stop waiting for others to tell you who you are.
Some people think that being confident means you have to be the loudest person in the room, but that is not true. Real confidence is not loud. Real confidence is calm and peaceful. It does not need to shout. It just is. You may know someone who talks too much about themselves, always showing off, but that kind of energy does not feel strong. It feels like they are trying too hard. It feels like they are not sure of themselves. The most confident people I have met are usually quiet and calm. They listen more. They look you in the eye. They speak clearly but not fast. They do not try to talk all the time. They are just present.
Your body language also shows confidence. Sit straight. Don't cross your arms too much. Let your hands be open and relaxed. These little things tell others, I am sure of myself. People can feel it even before you speak. If you are learning English, try to speak slowly. Take your time. Do not try to use big or difficult words. Just speak clearly and honestly. That slow and steady way of talking is also powerful. That is confidence. Confidence doesn't need to be big. It needs to be true.
Now let's talk about something very important. Confidence doesn't grow when you hide yourself. If you always try to stay small, quiet, and invisible, your confidence cannot grow. I remember a time when I used to sit in the back of the room. I avoided eye contact. I didn't want anyone to see me. I was scared someone would judge me. I wanted to hide. But hiding made me feel even smaller. It made me feel like I didn't matter. I stayed quiet for too long. That made it harder to speak up later. So one day, I tried something new. I raised my hand. I said one sentence in class. I made a small comment in a meeting. I didn't say much, but I chose to be seen. That small choice made me feel stronger. If you are learning English, you don't need to speak on a big stage. Just speak to yourself in the mirror, or send a voice message to a friend,
or leave a small comment on a video. These small actions help you learn to be seen. Every time you do it, your brain learns, I'm okay. I can do this.
And that's how confidence grows, one small, brave moment at a time. Now let's talk about something very deep, maybe the most powerful thing of all. Validation. That means you wait for someone else to say, you did a good job. But if you always need someone else to say that, you will never feel complete. I used to do this all the time. After I spoke or finished something, I would ask myself, did I do okay? Was that good? I waited for others to tell me I was enough. But when no one said anything, I felt empty and sad. Later, I learned something important. I can give that love to myself. I can say, I did well. I tried my best. I am proud. When I started doing that, everything changed. I felt strong from the inside.
Now, every morning, I look at myself in the mirror and say, you are doing great. Maybe it sounds silly, but it works. My brain listens. It believes me. If you talk kindly to your friends, then you should also talk kindly to yourself. Don't say hurtful things in your mind. Speak like a friend. Say things like, I am getting better. I'm proud of me. I'm learning. These are simple sentences, but they are powerful. And yes, saying them in English helps your language too. You have to be your own biggest supporter, your own friend, your own cheerleader. Because when the good words come from inside you, no one can take them away. That's how you build real confidence.
And that brings us to the end of this beautiful episode. I really hope that everything we talked about today helped you. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you build, step by step, day by day. When you show up for yourself, when you speak your truth, when you keep small promises, when you talk kindly to yourself, that's how confidence grows. And remember, if this episode helped you, you can share it with someone else who needs it. Maybe someone in your life also wants to feel more confident. Send it to them. We're really proud of you. You are here learning, growing, and speaking up. That means a lot. Thanks for listening to this podcast. We'll see you next time. Until then, be kind to yourself and keep practicing your English with confidence. Bye for now.